Hello and welcome to Human Body class. My name is Mr. Sohan. I am the instructor of the class. Mr. Kavanaugh is another instructor. We teach a couple classes together during the day, but there are a few classes that I do teach by myself. Um, when it comes to supplies, it is important that your child comes to school every day with the Chromebook and the charger. I understand by the end of the day, Chromebooks could be running out of battery life. So having that charger on them in school is very important. We do have stations around the classroom that they can use to recharge their Chromebooks. In addition to that, it is a good idea for them to come to class with a binder, a notebook, a folder. Sometimes we hand out papers that are important and we need them to keep them safe. So having a folder is important. Having a notebook is important. Something to write with is also important. And but the Chromebook I think is the most important. As far as the learning objectives go, I created this course a couple of years ago, um, based on a course that I teach at Dutchess Community College called Human Biology, and we created this course with the hope that the students will, at the end of the course, generate some type of idea of how the body works, how the where the parts are, what they're called, and how they function. Hopefully, they will gain some laboratory skills as well, um, and we're also hoping that they will apply the concepts that they learned about the human body, not only to themselves but also to their careers and to other aspects of their future. And then lastly, we're kind of hoping that the students will gain an appreciation of just how complex the human body is and how much of a miracle it is that all these systems come together to keep us alive, right? To maintain homeostasis. This is just a quick look at the units that we're going to be studying. We did the introduction to structural units already, where we looked. We talked about the directional terms. We looked at body cavities. We looked at body planes. Now we're moving on to the chemistry of living things. We looked at the structure of atoms, and now we're looking at macromolecules, specifically the molecules that we find in living things like carbohydrates, things like lipids, things like nucleic acids, things like proteins. And then we're going to get bigger from there. From there, we're going to look at cells, and then from cells, we're going to look at tissues. We're going to explore the different tissues of the body, um, including epithelial tissues, connective tissues, muscle tissues, nervous tissues. After tissues, we're going to jump right into systemic anatomy, and that's where we're going to stay for the rest of the year as we jump from system to system to system for the rest of the year, all the way till June, where we finish with the reproductive system. This is our online textbook. They do not get a hard copy of the textbook. All the textbooks are online. They do have their own personal login and password that they're going to be using to access this. They can gain access to the textbook by using this link, which is on Launchpad, NGL Sync it's called. That brings them right to the textbook. We do have a final exam at the end of the year, and it does count the same weight as the quarter averages, so 20% for each quarter average and then 20% for a final average. As far as the grades go, the breakdown looks like this. Homework across the board in every class in the district is going to be 5% of the grade. We have formal assessments. Formal assessments come in the form of lab reports and exams. That's going to count for 60% of the grade, and then 35% of the grade is going to come from informal assessments, which are going to include, for this class, projects. Projects are going to look like some type of a presentation, and they'll start working on these presentations when we get into the different body systems. They're going to be assigned a specific disorder, and they're going to research that disorder and assemble a project. So they'll have a project to do with every system that we cover, and these projects are going to count for 35% of the grade. If you have any further questions and you wish to contact me, you could, or if you wish to meet with all the teachers, we can meet as a group. We do that through the guidance office. We can set up a parent-teacher conference, and you can do that by calling that number. If you just want to contact me, you could do so by emailing me at the address that's on the screen, bsohan@necsd.net. All right. If you have any further questions, please feel free to contact me. And if not, I hope your child has a successful year this year. All right. Take care. Thank you.